afternoon, chaps and chapesses.
Good afternoon.
My name is Brian Jacques and I come from
England.
From a city called
Liverpool.
And who's got the best soccer team in the world?
England.
Get out, you swine. And I am here with my new book. What's my new book called? Good. What did you say? the other night I was at a store and there's a little girl right on the front and I said, what's my new book called? And she went, Hallelujah. Well, you said it. You said the name right, but you never said it right, and I'll tell you why. Because the name of that book is The War Cry of Bloodwrath Badger Lords of Salamandashran and the Fighting Hair Warriors of the Long Patrol. And when somebody asks you what's the name of that book, you say, Whack! Cut his head off and throw it in his face. Now then, also, I'm here for a very special reason, and that is my first book, which was called
Red
Wall. Now, can anyone tell me how long ago it was published in America? 20 years. But we don't speak in years in Redwall, we speak in seasons. So, how many seasons is 20 years?
4 seasons.
Come on, come on.
60 seasons. No, 180.
Who said 80? You did, down there. Yeah? Did you say 80? What's your name?
She said Amanda.
Amanda. That was my name when I was a little girl. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah. And when I come to America, you know, they call me by a variety of names, as you've just heard the fellow. But the favourite one of the kids is Mr. Jacques. Mr. Jacques, where's? I don't mind. I like it when I'm down by the Mexican border, because then I'm Mr. Hacker. I like that. But the kids always ask me the same question. Mr. Jacques, when did you decide to become an author? They say author over here, don't they? Instead of author. You know, Arthur was the king who pulled us sword at us. I learn new American words every day. Do you want to hear my latest one? Absolutely. I said that just like an American, didn't I? Absolutely. Please, if you're going to take cameras, will you please turn the flash off?
Yeah, it came back on when I turned it off.
Turn it off, please, because I've had my eyes damaged by cameras. Right. And that's it, you know, when did you decide to become an author? It's a question. That's ridiculous, you can't answer this. It's like saying, when did you decide to become a kid? Isn't it? But you've got to answer all the questions. So I say, yes, I can remember the very day when I decided to be an author. I remember that morning I leaped out of bed and I said, ha, today I shall become an author. And I will off and off and off and off. See? The relevant question should have been how. How do you become an author? And I can tell you how to become an author. I can tell you in one sentence. Not one of these great big long books, how to become an author, writing made easy and all that kind of thing. I can tell you in one sentence how to become an author. And I know there are young people sitting here today who would like to become an author, aren't they? Yeah? That's it. So I'm going to tell you the secret, and this was how I learned. You can be an author if you learn to paint pictures with words. It's that simple. Paint pictures with words. See this? The artist paints a picture we can see. He uses brushes, canvases, easels, acrylics, all this stuff. But the author paints his picture with words. Now, you need a certain quality to be an author. If you want to be an author, you must have a very, very good imagination. Good old Charlie. An imagination, that's what you need. If you wish to become an author, you must have a very, very good imagination. If you wish to become an author, you must have a very, very good imagination. You were getting a bit worried then, weren't you? You were going, what's this baldy idiot going to do to me? Anyhow. And I know what a wonderful thing the imagination is. We all have an imagination, a God-given imagination, right? And we each have an imagination given to us by God, and that imagination is yours. It's nobody else's. It's yours to use, to do as you please with. And it can do wonderful things, the imagination. In your imagination, you can be anywhere, any place, at any time. And I know that young people who attend school use their imaginations, don't you?
Yes, Mr. Jacques, we all use our imagination.
Don't you use your imaginations? Don't you? You're bullying me, pal. Right. I know they do. Because I've been in schools all over the world. And I can walk into a school. Right in the middle of a lesson. I can walk into a classroom. And I can show you that young person who's using his imagination. Yeah, you can see him right away. There he is, like that. Remember that when you were at school? Like that, aren't you? And there's a teacher's voice coming down your ear from about 200 miles away going, and then in 1757 the British landed. You're like that. I wish that I was at home, because I could be watching the television now. And Bugs Bunny's on, and I like Bugs Bunny. Look closely and you see a seagull flying through, you know. I like Bugs Bunny, yeah. Yeah, you must have took the wrong time to have a cakey. What's up, Jack? Is that you? Hello, Mum. I'll be home in a minute. I hope you're baking something nice for dinner. Right. Is it all switched off now? Good. Where was I? What was I? Shut up. What was I? Yeah. I decided to use my imagination in a totally different way. When I wrote my first book, Redwall, I never said, I am going to write a book what will be called Redwall, and I will give it to a publisher and make $1 squillion. Whoopee! I never said that. I wrote this book, Redwall, for some special children. The children of the Royal School for the Blind in Liverpool. So, my imagination and my pictures with words had to be very, very good, because they were going into the imagination of blind children.